Hello from wherever you are, and welcome to Let's Play Games. I'm John McFarland, Adult Services Librarian for National Public Libraries, and I hope you'll join me in learning or rediscovering some of the more common and uncommon games out there. We now return you to our Dungeons & Dragons campaign already in progress. We have just escaped our first dungeon with your lives. Barely, but with your lives. Some in better conditions than others. All three of them, however, confused. Why did that enemy decide to just blip out of existence? Let's find out and get stuck in. All right.
Well, I want to fall into it.
So, where we're at now, we are still in this crypt. You found one holding container area. You've got this unopened door to this point. Mm-hmm. What would you like to do?
Sven,
Yes.
your turn to go through the next door.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the door at?
Up there? Up there, bud?
Oh, we're in trouble. We're like
there.
pushing you towards it. You're like, where?
there.
Huh?
I don't see a
You are
door.
the most investigative of our team here.
This door here, is it I try the it's locked. There's I
don't
The door opens. Sorry.
I don't turn it all the way.
I use the butt of my axe to like nudge Sven forward into the room.
All right.
I'll
So
be right behind him, by the way.
you go into a room that has a single light at the back.
Ooh, creepy.
On this side is a locked door. You can tell because there is a definitive lock there. And on this side, it is a stone wall.
Okay. Well, I opened my door.
I knew it.
I knew somehow
Yeah.
he was going to get around it.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Okay, that's. I'll
Can
try
you
another.
pick locks?
I look
Wait,
forward.
can you pick locks?
I can make jewelry,
Does the jewelry then pick the lock?
potentially.
I'll tell you the one that's across from the door with your passive. He's a little roughshod.
Okay. It's a little like something's up with it.
A lot of murmuring happening.
So
Sven's talking to himself. He's gone mad.
I haven't responded yet, but
Give it time.
I'll do Mage Hand, and I'll try the door on the right side. Locked.
There's a padlock on that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the next one's locked too. But then I'll shift it over to the wall that just looks like
Thought
a
you had
wall,
dark vision,
and
bro.
just start kind of like
You hear some
brushing it around.
crackling noises as though something's falling out.
Okay.
It sounds hollow.
This doesn't seem good. And at this point, which I should have done a long time ago, I'm going to use one of my Earth Ganassi features to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Ooh.
So
That's nice.
yeah, so we can, if we want to continue
Stealth.
in stealth, we get a +10 to all of our stealth.
That
rolls.
would be great. Because I have disadvantage.
So I don't know if we're stealthy right
Yeah,
now, but
let's
that's,
go ahead.
Okay, stealth first.
Okay. I am going to vanish off the face of the earth.
25 for me.
Okay.
21
Okay.
with the +10.
With the +10.
Yeah.
With the +1.
I rolled an 11 and a 16.
33.
Okay.
Where'd you go?
Our love is gone.
That is a one-time-a-day feature for me.
Yeah.
On the wall, can I use my, whenever I brush it with the Mage Hand, it starts to crinkle and crumble. Can I go and investigate it, do an investigation on it to see what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What are you trying to determine?
Is it, because I don't have detect magic anymore because we took a short rest. So is it something physical that's breaking? Is there something like magical that's breaking it apart, or?
Physical.
Physical,
It looks
okay.
rather poorly constructed.
Okay, so that was 10, I think 10 on my, oops. Investigation, yeah, 10 total for that in general. So physical, I can tell.
You can tell there's a light on the other side of it. It's a very thin wall.
Very thin wall. And so I can kind of look through and,
You can kind of get, you're aware there's a light.
okay,
For 10, that only gets you so much.
I got you. All right, I'll do one more room because I think it's a room that I can open pretty stealthily. And I'll do, again, mold earth on the wall and break apart the crumbled stone as quietly as I can.
Okay.
Okay.
This area appears to be some sort of storeroom and work area.
Okay.
And it appears to be at the north end of a large natural cavern.
Okay.
It has been partially finished in here with stone walls, and there's barrels here. Empty crates, straw, hammers, pry bars, nails. The cavern continues for some distance to the south. And I will go ahead and tell you that there are 2 bridges,
Gotcha.
here and here respectively, and it's a drop off there.
Okay. I've done my part.
Yes, you did. Good job.
I don't know if you all can see this yet, but there's a huge cavern in front of us with like big trench and bridges and all kinds of crazy stuff. Barrels and crates and things.
Weird stuff going on down here.
There, definitely. I feel like this might be part of a broader system that we're breaking into right now.
Is this your magic spell cave, magic man?
I doubt it because there's already signs of people down here.
Also, there's a house.
There's a house too above it, so.
Okay, all right.
But whatever's going on is nefarious. I don't like it.
And what does that mean?
Bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Up to no
I've just
good.
never heard that word.
Yeah.
Related to bad, I need all 3 of you to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh,
See,
I'm great at those.
Just like that.
Just, on cue.
12.
Okay.
Actually, a 16 with my -2.
Nice.
22.
All 3 of you feel this sharp pinch of magical energy right in the core of your brain.
That's the worst part.
It is the worst ice cream headache you have ever had in your life.
Oh no.
For you in particular, it is almost like something is digging into the core of your brain.
Sounds normal.
Tylenol can only help so much. A cold breeze fills this large natural cavern. You detect decaying flesh. All of you note that the magical energy, the one that you could detect with the detect magic spell, it is so completely self-evident here, it's as though you would cast it for the group.
Okay.
The magics are potent here.
I think this is the magic cave.
You see at the bottom of this crevice a thin line of what appears to be that magical energy. It's pulsating.
It might be that magic cave.
Told you.
Maybe that's why they built the house.
Oh, that's a good point.
To hide it.
Well, we can press on, or we can check this door behind us to make sure no one comes out of it. What do you think?
How about... So we're in the room now. Do you mind putting us in?
Yeah, sure. You're like right There-ish.
How about I set my trap one last time in front of that door,
Okay.
and so that we'll hear if someone tries to flank us from that locked room, and then we shall tarry forward.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I think it's my turn again. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
Whoa.
Everything in here seems really.
I guess it is all one big room, huh?
It's a one big
It's
room.
one big room.
And the magic is like
Yeah.
visceral. So
Gotcha.
I can. I think I'm probably best at dealing with that stuff. So I don't avoid it very easily, but I know what's coming at least.
Nice. Okay, so Sven, me, then you.
Okay.
So I'm working on making sure you have everything you need. All right. So you're going to have to direct me a little bit more specifically as to where you're going right now.
Okay. So the spot that's covered to the, I guess that's the east over there. Is that right? The right side. You're right.
So like right here.
Yeah. What is that?
These are bridges.
They're bridges, and
Yep.
we can't see past that section there.
That is correct.
Okay. Because it's just like a magical darkness or a wall or something.
It's a magical energy. It's not the darkness is not the problem here.
Okay.
It is bright.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's tough to tell what's that floating energy versus a wall.
Okay. And looking down just on the stone, how far does it go down? And is there a point where, does it like hit a wall? Or do
There's another like wall-ish. It's very bright, like right here. But from there, like in particular, this area is what I'm going to charitably refer to as a drop-off.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Sven. Like as we're kind of walking into the room, I say, maybe you could do your trick from earlier, secure the bridge as we pass by.
I can, but only a small part of it. Can't do a big section. I can test it.
Okay.
Let's. I'll walk up to the bridge.
The one closest to us?
Yeah, the one closest. Let's stay close to the door too. In
Yes.
case we have to dart.
Okay.
And I'll stay on his six.
Like that.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
And I'll slowly put weight on it, like with my foot. Does not seem stable.
Not even close.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear a voice in your head. Not that one.
Oh no.
I don't like that at all.
That one was the one that took out that poor woman's thing. What's the word?
Hoping it's husband.
Husband. Okay.
Oh, do
You're
we all
welcome.
hear this?
All of you are hearing this.
Oh.
And is it like in our minds or is it echoing out from somewhere?
Yes.
Ugh. Cool.
Thanks, I hate it.
But so like, regardless of whether you think or vocalize the word husband, the moment that like you hear, yes, that one.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I'll walk to the next bridge and try the same.
It is at this point that you see on the ceiling,
Oh no.
about right there, a creature holding on to the rock crevice. It has one large green eye. It's pulsating with the same magics.
Okay.
It has no mouth.
Okay. And it's. Ooh. And it's looking at me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when we moved over, how far did we get before we saw the...
I'd say you got like right there-ish.
Okay.
Dope.
So you're at the next bridge.
So it has no mouth. So I'm assuming it can't respond. What I'll do is I'm going to point at it and cast message, the cantrip message. Say, do you understand me?
You need not waste magical energy on me.
Okay, it's you.
I heard your thoughts.
Oh,
I heard your mind. I hear you in so many ways, Sven.
I don't like that. What are you? Why are you down here?
I am that which I am.
Creepy.
Yeah, riddles
In the dark.
in the dark, in the light.
Fair.
When you've been down here long enough, you find creativity in the darkness.
Do you want to leave here?
I can anytime I wish.
Oh, okay.
Don't you see that little line?
The
tendril,
the like the crack in the ground. Yeah, I was gonna get.
It's like a gathering, almost like
It's like
a wisp or a
coalescing
energy,
energy.
almost like a mini tornado or something, right?
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you don't want to leave that then? Is that what you're trying to say?
Want to, can, should, would, desire to, all words.
What would you do if someone came to try to take that?
They'll die.
What if we went and told other people about it?
They'll die too.
If they come here?
Oh, the ones that are already here.
Uh-huh.
Only one is still alive.
Oh. But there's 3 of us. Yeah. Should we fight this?
Are you the black spider or something?
Ooh. The black spider is staying incognito no longer. No, I'm not the black spider. That would be,
I mean, you were crawling on the
that
ceiling.
would be too easy. No, the black spider is a drow.
That makes sense.
That's yeah. Okay, checks out. Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Thanks. So, what are you doing down here?
I merely exist.
If we're just looking for the black spider, would you let us seek them out?
No, by all means. I have no allegiance to anything but the line.
Should we just give this guy his line and move on?
I don't know.
The line is what I possess, what you all seek.
I mean, at least that guy seeks it. I'm not a magic man.
I adore the people who are trying to dig deep and greedily. Especially that glass staff one. Ooh, he's tricky.
Yeah, where'd he go? Because he and I have some unresolved business.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I saw.
My eyes twitch. You saw?
Oh, yes. I watched.
What? Are you the one blipping him? Because I'm sick of things blipping. My friends get blipped. My enemies get blipped. I feel like I'm next, and I don't want that.
Oh, do you want to blip?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's really fun.
No.
No.
The fun for who? Was it fun when you did it?
No. I insist. Watch.
No.
Watch.
I cast darkness on the creature.
You hear you plane shift. You see going through the energy, and you pop right back. See, is it fun?
I want my mom. I'm back here. Okay, cool.
You came down here not understanding any of it, did you?
No, I hate it all.
I hate all of it.
I'm
But
here.
it's so much fun.
Wait, where'd it go? And I look up and I see like a 15-foot
Like
radius
Radius
of
of
dark.
darkness.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Archelaus. I can still see you. I can still see all. You can stop my eye, but you can't stop the lion's eye.
Cross that one out. Glad I didn't cast it. I actually have that spell.
So if I were to stay down here and study the line, would you be okay with that?
Sure, you can become one with the line.
I don't want to become one with the line.
Oh, but you have to.
What if I took a sample of the line with me? Just take it back to my lab and study.
Oh, I haven't seen anyone try that in a while.
In a while.
Sounds like he wants you to do that in the same way that you wanted me to plane shift.
Oh, okay.
And I did not like that.
But you wouldn't try to kill me if I did that?
I never mean to harm anyone. It just is an unintended consequence.
So
This guy
what
sucks.
you're saying is I can try because
Okay,
you
Tommy.
expect me to fail and die.
I'd be curious.
What if I were successful? Would I be able to leave?
Absolutely.
It's a trap.
It's obviously a
It's
trap.
obviously a trap. Yeah, I say
DMs would never lie.
I say
Super
vo-
obvious traps of what your character exactly wants. They would never.
Yeah, they would
I
not.
say vocally, this is obviously a trap, but I
Oh,
want to try it.
absolutely.
No.
I'll mage hand out towards the line.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna backfire.
That's what I do.
I know.
Make
This isn't.
an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving thing? I
This
could do
isn't
that.
a magical table in a tavern, Sven.
This is we're going on a trip.
This is a ley line of intense magic.
I know, I want a piece of it.
Into the thick of it.
Intelligence saving throw is a 14.
Oh, that doesn't sound.
It was
Great.
off of a 7, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Because the cameras can still see us, I want you to come over here with me for a moment,
Okay.
without dismissing anybody from the table.
I hate it. I want to stand at the bottom of the pit
So
and
what
laugh.
you all see is the mage hand goes out.
And Sven never comes back.
And the translucent mage hand becomes one with the line, becomes the same color. You see the eyes of Sven turn, become glass.
Oh no. That's like the other guy.
You see the quarterstaff begin to turn into glass itself.
The staff he's holding?
Yes.
I don't like it.
Uh-oh.
You see him then shake back.
Oh no!
Yeah, I just
He's-
scream in pain.
Oh, he's unlocked too many mysteries, and I'm getting my axe. There was
He
that,
knows too much.
There was that strong monk, or that strong elf that we passed by on
Yeah.
the way up here. So I think
We can add them to the
Yeah,
party
we'll
instead.
we'll run back and get them.
You all are opening the rest of the doors.
Okay.
This was not an open door situation. This was a you clearly walked into a trap situation.
This
Are you okay, bro?
This is not the Cave of Spells.
No. Should I punch you?
No, don't punch me, please.
Your eyes are glass and your staff is glass.
It's
You look like the thing that I could not hit, even though I know that my axe should have hit them.
well, let's not test it because
I'm still kind of like gripping my axe.
this is not the Cave of Spells, but this is connected to the Cave of Spells.
So I was like half right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
just a ley line connected to it.
While you're discovering this, you didn't realize you had company, did you?
Dang it.
On the other side of the bridge is a wraith-looking creature. Ah, yes, it's Glassstaff. And another Glassstaff. Rejoice, for you are already dead. Roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Oh no, that's much worse.
Is your darkness still up?
It should be technically, unless they
I feel like
dispelled
that's
it.
going to do more harm to us than it is to it. I don't know.
It's
It's up
for
to you.
10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I will say it's
We'll
still
see.
up for all the good it does.
Yeah, and it's just there.
Cool, so we can't see it. I actually got a 19 with a +0.
Hey.
16.
11. Fair.
Sorry.
No.
All right, so it is in this moment where you can tell things have escalated. The glass eyes of this wraith are looking straight at Sven.
Whoa.
And you see that crackling of that staff.
Might have done something.
I'm gonna break your staff. That's what we're gonna do.
Is more of the drop-off these two here?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
also a
okay.
drop-off
Just
side.
wanted to double check. Am I first?
Yes, you're first.
All right, Nika is going to run and leap over the gap.
This is going to definitely require an athletics check.
Yep. 18 plus 6 is 24.
Oh, I forgot to include that. You see the line itself have its own hand just barely miss you as you jump over.
Yeah, like while I'm over the air. I love it. And I land, I like look back, but I don't have enough time because I got this Wraith guy in front of me. And I'm going to bonus action cast Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
And I'm going to make my 2 attacks.
Okay. And this is a magical attack? Or is it just...
These are 2 normal attacks. I think it becomes magical once I hit?
Okay.
Question mark, if I'm adding some smites. Okay, let's go. Blessings of these dice. 17 plus... Okay, so 23 and a 25.
Okay. The 23 hits.
Dope.
25 also hits.
Yes, okay, finally.
25 misses?
So, I cast Thunderous Smite, which is kind of like activating it, and it's concentration up to 1 minute. And the first time I hit with a melee weapon attack, I get to add damage to it, and it has to make a strength saving throw. Otherwise, be pushed 10 feet away from me and knocked prone. And I am aiming toward the open pit.
Oh, nice.
So I am going to roll my damage. First one. Ah, man. I keep rolling these 3s, and I can re-roll 1s and 2s. So it's like, this is literally the lowest I can roll on the first roll. Okay, so that's 3 plus 3 is 6
Yeah.
plus my
Or am I just going after the other?
smite damage. So 6
Okay.
slashing and 5 thunder. And the spell DC is 12 for its strength saving throw to be knocked back 10 feet.
Put this on Nika. Go for it.
I want him to fall into the pit now. I have suffered pits too many times.
You successfully, because they fail their strength throw,
Nice. Boom.
they go over the pit and they float in the air. You now see that the wraith does not have legs but are simply corporeal smoke.
All right.
And you just see a grin of blue-green energy. Adorable is what you hear.
Is it still within range for my second attack?
It is not.
That hit? Yeah. All right. Well, I tried.
All right.
I believe that will end my turn for sure.
Hey, look, it's its turn.
Yeah.
Sven,
I don't know.
how would you like to make a new friend?
Sure, let's make a new friend.
It comes to you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Was it an attack against me?
Oh, yeah.
Did it hit?
Oh, yeah.
What was? Did it barely hit, or do I get to know the number or anything?
It was an unnatural 20 to hit.
Unnatural 20 to hit.
Yes.
And if I match that, it would still hit.
Yes.
Okay. I might still do it just to get Ward back. 7-9 for the Constitution saving throw. And you know what? I'm gonna cast Shield. It's gonna bring my AC to 20.
Okay.
But I also gain 10 points of Arcane Ward. So I get 10 temporary hit points by
All
casting
right.
the Abjuration spell.
So it's going to give you a total of 14 points of damage.
Okay.
So it's going to take all that Arcane Ward plus 4.
It's all right. I'm at 6.
Because of that con saving throw failing, you feel the life force.
You're
hold.
drained by that much.
Your hit point maximum has been reduced by 14.
Okay. Override HP 14. Oh, let's see.
You just hear, join me.
Changed by 14.
Yep.
Okay, so my total HP now is 18.
Well, would the 10 count? Because it
Not
was
'cause it's Arcane
temporary.
Ward.
Right. So it only goes down by 4.
Oh,
It says
yeah.
the hit point maximum. It doesn't include temporary hit points within the description.
Okay.
Oh.
So
I see why you made that conclusion.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Override.
Makes sense.
Since Arcane specifically listed as temporary hit points, if it was hit point maximum, you'd be totally right.
Okay, so I'm not going to heal that much anyway. I don't think so. Trying to determine how this works.
That's right.
That's not how it works.
And it will be your turn once you.
Okay. I just know that my max is 18 hit points. All right, and this thing is slapping me currently. So when I look at him, and is he being controlled by? Can I discern if he's being controlled by something magical or not?
I'm gonna say, give me an Arcana.
Arcana? Okay. 19.
It's under its own control.
Okay.
Influenced by something? Yes. I will tell you is not under the influence of the Nothic.
Of the Nothic. Okay. That's what I needed
They
to know.
both appear to be independently acting.
All right. I will need a second. I don't like being next to this thing. So, but I don't want to run away either. I will Misty Step again.
Okay.
Oh, do I want to do that?
I was
Just risk it.
just a little bit of tactic. If you come near me, we can not only, because it seems to be drawn toward you, so if you misty step to like here or something and it takes up this space, not only can we try to better set up a flank, we can, I can utilize my sentinel feat and get attacks of opportunity every time it tries to attack you.
Okay.
And I can heal you because you're close to me.
That's a good call. That's what I'll do. I will Misty Step to the space beside Mika.
Here or here.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and kind of
into the crevices,
draw it
yeah.
in. Yeah.
Um,
And it kind of gives you cover from,
Conjuration.
I feel like, because that was my next move, was to go down that hallway and kind of have cover and launch javelins, but this is much better if we use teamwork.
Cool.
Yeah, I will instead of the spell I was going to cast, since I Misty Stepped over the ledge there, I'm going to use the cantrip Ray of Frost
Okay.
to attack the Wraith to try and
Okay.
at least slow it down.
Okay.
19 plus 7, that's 26.
It hits.
It's 2d8, I believe.
Would there be room for him to have gotten one more 5-foot step in?
That's what I'll do then.
Okay, yeah.
I'm about to say only that one.
Yeah, just only to here.
Yep, that's fine.
Because that way I'm not trying to get on the bridge and set up a flank.
Oh, absolutely.
11 points of cold damage.
Okay. You feel that it definitely hits.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hit like you want it to hit.
Yeah.
But it does hit.
It resists. Its speed is also reduced by 10 until the start of its next turn.
Cool.
So, is there space for me to run back further into that room? Because I haven't done my movement action yet. Also, do I need to be in distance of like touch for you?
I would say don't go much further.
Okay.
I was about to say, you can kind of sense that there's, like
I just want to give.
there's like 10, 15 feet more.
Okay, I'll go back another 10 feet.
10 feet? Oh, okay.
That's on the floor now.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Excellent.
I'm like watching you go further and further into the
You
tunnel.
got this right?
Yep, see ya. Well, at least if it goes past me, I can use my reaction.
Right. You hear a
Cool. Oh.
Ardeloth,
yeah.
it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to try and get to in front of the wraith.
Oh no.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
You're talking about right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll go
And it
ahead and
is
try and
hovering over the, like it is not in melee range, to be clear.
Okay.
Ooh.
So is it like that high up?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would basically be like a reach.
Did it reach down then and
Yes.
get Sven?
Oh, I
Okay.
misunderstood because I thought I would invoke like attack of opportunity when I ran before. Oh, I misunderstood that. Okay.
Okay.
Throwing stars.
Yeah.
No.
Rocks.
Also no. Okay. Chosen creature within 30 feet. Are they within 30 feet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. I need a strength saving throw from you then, and I will spend my 2 key points.
What are you doing?
I am using the Fist of Unbroken Air.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I am punching it with air.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay. It fails.
It fails. Okay, so 3d10 bludgeoning damage. And I can push it 20 feet away from me, and it is now prone.
Ooh, yeah, push it past me.
That's the plan.
And I'm like lining up like a home run.
You know what I don't have out already? D10.
Of all your schmancy dice.
So that is 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
20 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And they are pushed 20 feet back. And they are considered prone.
They are not prone.
I didn't figure, because I don't, he's like a weeble wobble.
He indeed wobbled. He did not fall down. Matter of factly, is still flying in the air. So it uses it's able to take that bludgeoning damage on the chest, but it has a little bit of control as to the direction it goes. So it's now a total of, 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
So it moved basically three-dimensionally diagonally.
Okay.
If I had blocks to stand it up on, it would.
That's fair. And with movement, do I need an action to make a leap with my movement? Or should I just...
An action to leap.
Maybe like that.
We
was
can
gonna
treat it like that.
Do that as well.
Anyway.
D6.
Because I want to get to the other side of the bridge.
No, you're good.
Okay, I will take my movement then to be the other side of the bridge.
Cool. Andrew, go ahead.
So you're underneath it?
Essentially.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
So now, one of the things we haven't talked about in this series yet are layer effects.
Cool.
Love that.
I can't
I
do
need-
a layer effect.
I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I will.
It's like, let's take a look at that character sheet.
It's an 18 for me.
What?
Oh my gosh.
13.
All right.
It's a 1.
So Arloff survives this adventure.
Oh, okay. It's neutral.
You feel almost a call, a pull. Join us. It's echoing in the back of your mind. You hear this voice, and it's trying to convince you. And in the back of your mind, you want it to.
No. No.
I will kill you.
All right. Nika, it's your turn again.
It's the enchantment magic.
If I had a dispelling punch.
How many feet in the air is it?
20.
It's called punch, which would send me unconscious. That would dispel it for now.
Would it realign chakra? Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
You would realign my
Your spine.
senses.
All right. Let me see.
Of 18
Ooh.
right now because of the dream.
It nor the Nothic are humanoids, are they?
No, neither are humanoid at this point.
It. Oh, I had such a good thing.
All right.
Okay. I will then just walk under it, I suppose, come up and grab Sven's shoulder and pump 12, the last 12 of my, am I going to be wasting anything with 12?
12 would heal me to full with my new total.
With your new total? Okay, so I'm just going to pump all of my lay on hands, and I'm going to see his glassy eyes and just be like, get it together. And yeah, that will use the rest of my lay on hands.
I need you to make another Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, 20. Unnatural.
You take 6 points of damage
Okay.
as the pumping of life energy
Half of it
to your body
Oh, I only get half of it, don't I? Okay.
So you're going to take 6 points of damage as your body feels more necrotic.
I do have inflict wounds, so I can heal you that way.
So he did 12 points of lay on hands.
You did 12 points of lay on hands, so halved because you passed the con save, so it'll be 6 points of damage to you
Instead of healing at all.
instead of healing.
Oh, I'm down then. That's exactly 0.
So as you
Oh, well, that sucks.
lay, you're like, heal
Yeah,
I can't.
because of the influence.
yeah. I'm about to just swan dive into this like
Punch
magic.
me
thing.
with inflict wounds. See
Yeah,
what
I
happens.
guess so.
All right, is there anything else you want to do in your because you just see Sven
Go
Drop.
down, and I am really confused. And it doesn't take much to confuse Nika, but this really confuses me.
This is homebrew.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my action to do lay on hands. And as a bonus action then, I will line up another Yeah, I'll line up another Thunderous Smite so that I free up a bonus action on
Okay.
my next turn.
Cool.
So Thunderous Smite is active and dope. Oh, shoot. When I sent it 10 feet away from me, it technically would have triggered. Would it have triggered an attack of opportunity?
No, not
No,
force
because it was,
movement, no.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, force movement doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity.
Got it.
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay.
So, you hear something else to join. Good. We'll be pleased. Sven, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
17.
One success.
One successful death saving throw.
On its turn,
Oh.
it sees
Probably.
that Ardaloth is below. Both of its hands fly down. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 14.
Yes. You feel the necrotic energy deliver you 14 points of damage,
Okay.
but it does not reduce your hit point maximum.
Okay. All right.
On that note, Ardaloth, it's your turn.
Okay. Since we conveniently came into range, I'm going to attack it twice.
With?
My fists.
Okay.
25 for the
Okay.
first one.
Yep.
And then 16 for the second.
Yep.
Seven points of bludgeoning damage for the first, and
Okay.
then 5 for the second.
Okay. I mean, you're literally punching air at this point, so you can feel that it's making a thud onto something, but it's not hitting the way that you know that it should be hitting.
Okay. So I don't really have any other option. Let's try. I'll just try and hit it 2 more times. I'll spend
Okay.
the key point for Flurry of Blows.
Go for it.
Yep.
That's a nat 1. $21 for the
Hits.
second one, and that one hits. And that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, cool. All right. The line itself begins to pulsate and crackle. Nick, it's your turn.
Sweet. I will beeline it for this creature. What did you do to my friend? And I will swing my axe.
Okay.
Do we need to be directly across from each other to be flanking it, or because we're both engaged?
I'd say you're.
Nice. And so I'll roll with advantage on my first axe attack. Wow, not the best. That will be 14 total.
Hits.
Oh, dope. That's awesome. So this will be my Thunderous Smite. So I need it to, I can reroll it 2. Nice, much better. So 10 points of slashing damage and is now a magical attack and deals an extra 2d6 thunder,
Okay.
another 5 thunder on top of that. And then it is, boom, it needs to make a strength saving throw, be pushed 10 feet away from me and knocked prone.
Nat 20.
Cool, dope. So it stays there. In that case, I will take my second swing at advantage, since we're still flanking. And even better, 15 that time. And because I hit, I will burn a I will burn a spell slot
Okay.
and add some smite to this guy.
All right.
Smite. More smite. Smite. Okay, so the initial slashing damage now magical, I believe, because of the smite. So 10 plus 3, 13 points of slashing damage, and then deals an extra 2d8 radiant damage.
Nice. That should hurt it.
4 points of radiant.
Yes. It does a lot of damage, and you can actually see some crackles. You can see a momentary dissipation and fizzing in and out of planes.
I'm just like wailing into this guy. Wake Sven back up. What would you make me do to him?
All right.
I didn't like hurting my friend when I was trying to heal them
You're right.
for the rest of my lay on hands. Oh, that hurt. But I'm glad I got to hurt it, and that will end my turn. Bonus action. Do I want to activate another smite? I believe I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. On its turn, it sees that you have caused it damage. Oh, you have aggroed.
Bring it on. Nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it on.
Go ahead and hit me with that con save.
Of course.
Ouchie.
Bad. 6 total.
You guys do know I can't heal you.
What was that total?
6. Yeah, so I am going to. It's okay, I was back to full health.
All right. So you are going to take
20.
29 points
Nice.
of necrotic damage, and your hit point total will now be reduced by 29.
Yep. Sweet.
You can join too.
And I give it my last first level spell slot, Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
So I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Yeah, it's fine.
I need a nat 20.
As in
That's
it
what I
failed,
need.
or it is fine.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, so it saved. It still takes half damage, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And so, come on. Audience, blow on the dice, thank you. At first I was like, ooh, 10, but it's the double zeros that are actually a 10. So that is 6 points reduced to 3. It takes 3 more points of fire damage on its successful save.
D20 for me.
Nope.
I'm just screaming.
That's an 8.
An 8. So 1 success, 1 failure. You hear a 3, 2, 1. Ardeloth, it's your turn.
I'm going to die. Okay.
We'll be right there with you, so.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and hit it twice because that's what I've got. That's where I am.
We're flanking now, so.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay, so I get to with advantage. 21
Okay.
and 19.
Yeah.
Both hit?
Yeah.
Okay. 8 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Ardeloth, as the crackling of the line begins to emanate almost thunderous strikes, and you hit this being as hard as you can, why don't you tell me what happens next?
Just frustration wells up inside, and I'm gonna try my best to just. I'm not even really using any of the elemental aspect here, but I want to just like blow this thing to pieces.
So you well up all of the energy you have. And with every bit of energy that you could possibly muster, you hit straight into the core. And you hear a cough. And a dissipation start from where you hit. Sven, for a moment, a brief moment, you feel yourself at one with this being.
Oh no.
In the midst of death saves, you feel. You take one failure.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, we just see him flop over once
You
more.
hear a pop.
Yeah.
That's enough for now. We'll play more later. Before it blips. We are now out of initiative order, so if you want to try and stabilize Sven, now's the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like,
the
with
pop was
what?
my spine, by the way.
You feel as though the necrotic energy has left you and on the edge of falling away. How do you stabilize?
I mean, would Nika know, like, is he, like, because I can cast Cure Wounds.
Give me a perception.
That is 11.
11. You can just tell that the glass has left and it's normalized again.
Okay, I hope this works. And I pump a second level Cure Wounds.
And I'm just gonna try and hold in place and see if I can't like make sure that we're not bumping anything in the process, making
Okay.
it worse.
So that's 9 points back to you
9 points.
if it works.
You regain 9 points.
Okay. Yeah.
Sven, I'm so sorry. I thought I was helping you, but I hurt you.
That's. I had no idea what was going on. So.
You had to touch the magic thing.
You just had to touch
You
the shiny
had
thing.
to.
We have to work on this.
It's
Me
a
the bell,
problem.
you the line.
Taverns, creepy dungeons, no touch the magic stuff.
I know where the spider is.
Wait, what?
Is it above me? Oh no. Where?
It's a drow. Why would it be above you?
I don't know. I take things a little literally sometimes. I'm pretty freaked out after that battle.
Yeah, the spider's in the cave of spells.
That's probably very bad.
That's what I learned before, right? That is
That is correct.
Okay.
You also notice that the ground behind you no longer has its coloration. It is darkness.
Oh, the energy from the ley line is left. Is that the line? The line
That's
is
a
gone.
reasonable interpretation.
Okay.
Yeah. Did his staff just go back to a normal staff or did it like shatter or something?
Oh no, it's still glass.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's just like you, glass cannon.
Which, for the record, if there was another episode of this coming, would have some interesting effects.
Okay.
Noted.
That's pretty cool.
So, it is at this point, in this moment, you catch your breath. You find yourself with answers to some questions. And a whole lot more questions yet to be asked.
Yeah. Even though I'm technically at full health, I'm not feeling very well.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm down to
Maximum's
20 is
lower.
my max HP right now.
It is at this moment that I'm presuming that you would continue to explore the dungeon, continue
Yeah.
to explore the remaining after effects. From this point forward, the next steps in a campaign would be dependent upon their actions. Why is there now a glass staff? Why are things still blipping out of existence? What was that wraith? What was that Nothic? These are answers that would come later in a campaign as a part of an overall story. Your actions helped guide those created elements. This, in a nutshell, is D&D. That is all the time we have for what has been an extended series. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you've enjoyed yourself as we have gone through what is just a taste of the entertainment, fun, joy, fear, laughter that you could experience with this game. So, there are numerous resources within the library website. There are multiple branches that provide programs just like this where you can actually play and learn and find resources for. So be sure to check your local library. Be sure to check one of our branches for the locations of where games are played. Thank all three of you so much for joining me on this process.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you
a
for
whole
running the
lot
game.
more help when you're trying to explain this and you have both player and DM input.
Yeah.
I will see you next time when we go back to a smaller size table. The games are only just beginning. I'll see you next time.